Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call a special council meeting of Thursday, October 14th, 2021 to order. First off, are there any disclosures of interest? Seeing none. Approval of the agenda. We have a resolution to move up the, move up the closed session to head of report on number 4. I'll read it. Resolved that the agenda for the council meeting of October 14th, 2021 be approved with the following amendments. That the closed session item be dealt with prior to the report. So mover and seconder for that. Moved by Councillor Frake, second by Councillor Bothwell. Moved by Councillor Frake, second by Councillor Bothwell. Resolved that the agenda for the council meeting of October 14th, 2021 be approved with the following amendments. That the closed session item be dealt with prior to the reports. Recorded vote.
Councillor Bothwell?
Yes.
Councillor Dunstall is absent. Councillor Frake?
Yes.
Councillor Cowell?
Yes.
Councillor Ritchie?
No.
Councillor Sharp?
Yes.
Councillor Vane is absent.
For one second.
Councillor Vardy?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry, we're just voting on a motion. Would you like to hear the motion again?
Yes, please. I'm sorry I'm late.
The motion moved by Councillor Frake, second by Councillor Bothwell. Resolved that the agenda for the council meeting of October 14, 2021 be approved with the following amendments. That the closed session item be dealt with prior to the reports.
That's fine. Thank you.
And I'm in favor.
Yeah, that's carried.
All right, I'll read the closed session declaration now. Good evening, members of council. Before we begin the closed session, all members are reminded that any discussions in closed are to remain confidential as per our procedural bylaw and our code of conduct for the council of the town of Grimsby. Before we begin, I need each member that is attending electronically to confirm the following: that you understand that matters are to remain confidential, confirm that no one else is present with you, confirm that no one else can hear this closed session, confirm that you are not using any electronic devices other than your tablet or computer for the purpose of this video conferencing only, and confirm that you are not recording this portion of the meeting. If you acknowledge all of the above, please reply with "I understand" and confirm to all of the statements. Councillor Bothwell?
I acknowledge and confirm to all the statements.
Councillor Frake?
I acknowledge, understand all these statements.
Councillor Cadwell?
Acknowledge and confirm to all the statements.
Councillor Ritchie?
I understand, but I do not confirm as I'm using my cell phone for the purpose of this meeting at this time. But I'm by myself, I'm not recording, and no one else can hear the conversation.
Councillor Sharp?
I understand and confirm to all except for the electronic participation.
Councillor Vardy?
I understand and confirm to all the statements.
And I myself, I understand and confirm to all the statements. Need a mover and seconder to move into close. Moved by Councillor Cadwell. Second by Councillor Bothwell. Moved by Counselor Cadwell, second by Counselor Bothwell. Resolved that council meet in closed session 2392F. Advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Legal counsel update 141 to 149 Main Street East. Recorded vote.
Counselor Bothwell,
Yes.
Counselor Frake,
Yes.
Counselor Cadwell,
Yes.
Counselor Ritchie,
Yes.
Counselor Sharp,
Yes.
Counselor Vardy,
Yes.
Mayor Jordan.
Yes.
That's carried.
Recording in progress.
All right, welcome back. We are now back in open session. And we have a resolution to deal with the direction in closed. Need a mover and seconder for that. Moved by Councillor Bothwell, second by Councillor Frake. Moved by Councillor Bothwell, second by Councillor Frake. Resolved that legal counsel proceed with the direction provided in closed session in regards to 141 to 149 Main Street East. Recorded vote.
Counselor Bothwell,
Yes.
Counselor Frake,
Sorry, yes.
Counselor Cadwell,
Yes.
Counselor Ritchie,
Yes.
Counselor Sharp,
Yes.
Counselor Vardy,
Yes.
Mayor Jordan,
Yes.
carried.
All right. Yep. We're moving now to number 4A, report PA 21-40, planning touch point. Is it Antonetta or Walter? Walter, is it you up? Or Antonetta? Antonetta, okay.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, thank you. It's our standard sort of planning touch point that we do, so we'll just open it up to the floor for any questions, and Walter and I will answer as appropriate.
Perfect. Questions from council? Councillor Bothwell?
Okay, I'm gonna get beeped for my 10 minutes because I got a whole bunch of questions. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this in 2 phases. Sorry. Thank you very much, Antonetta and Walter, for putting this together. It's been a long 4 months or so between reports. So there's a lot of questions that have come up between that period. Just want to clarify that for the Grimsby Beach study update, it said it would be the finalized documents will be shared with the community 30 days prior to the open house. The open house is scheduled for November 4th. So I just want to check, were those posted on the town's website on October 4th?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, yes, to the best of my knowledge, Bianca posted them there, and the open house notice was posted today with the final documents. But the balance of the documents were posted before that. And does it say 30 days or 20 days?
It's 30 days, so that would have been October 4th. So I just want to confirm that we did give appropriate notice on the town's website with all the documents.
I can double check with Bianca and get back to you on that.
That's perfect. Next question. I think you just want to update your 141 and 147 Main Street East update. You said that it will provide council with an update on October 7th, and I know that meeting didn't happen, so it should be today, October 14th. It's just a little typo, I think, in there. The community benefits update. It says the conclusions of the group's deliberations will be incorporated into a report for council's consideration. Do you know when that's coming forward? That's for the Casablanca Waterfront Park and the Winston Road Neighborhood Community Benefits.
So through you, Mr. Mayor, and Walter, you can chime in. I think you guys were working on this one today, but we decided to pair the survey with the work that the town is doing on the Casablanca Park so that the two would be synergetic. That was also recommended by the committee. And that survey is going to be up, I think, some point in mid-October. Then we'll take those survey results, work again with the committee, and then bring that forward to council.
Because it says the group determined that it would be appropriate to survey area residents, and then it says the survey is complete, and staff are coordinating with the Casablanca Waterfront Park project initiatives, and that the conclusions will be incorporated into a report. So it says the survey is complete.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the creation of the survey is complete. We put together the questions. We sought community feedback and community group, working group feedback on the survey itself. So the survey is complete, but now it's being launched into the community.
Gotcha. Perfect. Thank you. Then on the list of developments, 15 Lake Street, and Walter might be able to answer this one because I had correspondence with him on it. It says that the site plan applications have been made and a number of residents in the community wanted to see because of the length of time between the last approval and the site plan. They wanted to be advised. And in an email from Walter on July 26th, he said, once we've received the site plan application, we intend to bring a bylaw forward to council with an information report. And because such a significant period of time has lapsed, we've indicated to the prospective developer that we intend to notify property owners within 120 meters of the property as we would for a public meeting and inform them of the background and proposal. So just wondering when that's going to happen.
That's correct. They did submit their site plan. We circulated the site plan for an initial review, internal review and external with Conservation Authority in the region. We are reluctant to bring a bylaw forward until we at least have one round of reviews, just to make sure that there aren't any technical issues that would hamper any bylaw regulations that would be recommended or that were approved by council previously. So I anticipate we had a deadline of I think today actually for comments. A couple of the agencies had asked for extensions because we're relatively busy. So we may not get comments back for another couple of weeks. And so once we receive those comments and do an assessment of what the issues are and determine whether or not any of the issues that are raised by the review agencies would particularly impact the layout of the site, in other words, the zoning regulations that were recommended at the time, then we would determine whether or not we would bring it forward. So I believe the earliest we could bring it forward would be the end of or the second meeting in November.
Great. So
And possibly the first meeting in December, depending on what we get.
perfect. So that means that there will still be public engagement in a public meeting though, right? Is that what I hear?
No, the purpose of again, the purpose of informing the residents isn't for a public meeting. The purpose of informing the residents is to let them know that this is coming forward and to give them an opportunity to see what's coming forward so they know it's coming forward, and they'll have an opportunity to delegate if they wish at council or at the committee of the whole. So yeah, so just to give everybody a heads up saying it's coming. It's been a while, it's coming. This is what's happening, and if you wish to say something, you would do so, but it wouldn't be a public meeting per se.
Gotcha. Thank you. Just want to confirm for 133, 137 Main Street. It says the town has received a heritage permit application for the building. I just want to confirm what I understand is that's a heritage permit for alteration, which is to move the building, and a second application for demolition of the adjoining carriage house. Is that correct? So there's the two.
For you, Mr. Mayor, we received an alteration and demolition permit. An alteration permit is to restore the heritage home, not to move the heritage home. The demolition permit is for the carriage house, that sort of garage-like structure, which was deemed to be of not heritage value. So not to move the heritage home, to restore the heritage home, keep it in situ, and then to demolish the carriage house / garage.
Great. So if they were intending, Antonetta, to move the home as per their, which is actually what their appeal is moving it on the property, they would still have to submit another permit to have it moved. Is that correct?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, yes, and the heritage impact assessment would have to be modified.
Great, thank you. That helps a lot. I'm sorry, I'm trying to move through here. The 314 Main Street, you just noted the site plan application for Main Street lots approved. I think that one's under appeal. So as you noted in your summary at the beginning, so just might need updating that it's that there are appeals to the OAT. Are we 6 Duran Avenue? It says staff.
Just if I may interrupt, Councillor Bothwell, I don't believe that's incorrect. Are you referring to the site plan?
No, 314 Main Street. It was actually, you put in your thing that it was appealed by 2 parties and it hasn't, but no dates have been set.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Right. So I think it's just an update that it's currently at the OLT waiting for a hearing date, right? The appeals?
Yeah, this application, and again, I must apologize. This report was prepared for a previous council, so that's why some of the dates are incorrect.
Yeah.
And yeah, there may have been updates or changes since the report was written.
I totally understand, and that's what I figured. So I was just confirming that I've got the right information on here. 6 Duran, you mentioned staff recommendation report anticipated for October. So will we be seeing that still this month, do you think, Walter, on 6 Duran?
I believe we have a report coming to council for Monday.
Great. Almost done. Just a little surprised on 226, 228 Main Street East, the David and Donna Latchford one. It says applicant's representative indicated that the owners are abandoning the project. So does that mean that since they're abandoning the project, because it went to LPAT, there was a settlement reached and everything, was pretty well finalized. Does that mean that if that property is to be redeveloped by somebody else or whatever, that a whole new application has to come forward? Is that correct?
That's correct. So we have the zoning and we have the draft plan approval for that site in place now. So them abandoning it doesn't change that. The zoning is there.
Does the appeals that were resolved with the parties that are currently holding it though? So is there an opportunity if another developer comes in, like they have to basically stick to exactly what was agreed by the OLT? Is that correct?
That's correct. So if somebody else were to come forward and acquire the property, the existing OLT decision would be in effect and would be the law that would have to apply to the site.
Thank you.
Unless somebody applies for something different, obviously.
Yeah, thank
Which
you.
everybody would have the ability to do.
Perfect, thank you. Last comment is just, I'm glad to see that McNally House is considering a redesign of the site for both Central and the Linwood property. So you do mention that a statutory public meeting will be scheduled soon. I'm assuming that's with the revisions or the redesign that they're proposing.
Yes, we're waiting. We're waiting for them to give us the nod that they're ready to go with a formal statutory public meeting. We've have had discussions with them a couple of times over the last month or so, and but we haven't heard back from them that they're ready to pull the trigger yet.
Perfect. Last thing, just thank you for putting these out in the newspapers and these advertisements of the public information centers. I think I might have mentioned to you in one of my recent emails, I think that they're just not clear. When we're publishing these notices of public information centers, we're not telling people that they can still watch the actual meeting presentation on YouTube. So the town of Lincoln was in the most recent News Now as well, newspaper this week, and they clearly put, you can still watch our public meetings on the YouTube channel here, and they provide the link of how people can watch it, because these meeting notices just basically say, if you don't delegate, you're not going to get the Zoom link. So it kind of doesn't give people enough information to know that they can go to the town's website and actually watch these meetings without having to be a delegate. So I would just appreciate if there's a way to update the notice of public information, anything we're posting in the newspaper, to be a little bit more fulsome and complete and give the public more information about how they can still view these meetings. That would be appreciated. Walter, does that make sense?
Yeah, that's been noted. Again, we noted your comment in your email, and we're addressing it.
Thanks. It's just because I think since I don't do those emails, the most recent publications are still not indicating it. So it's like I didn't know if it got heard. So I appreciate that you heard that message. Thank you. Much appreciated. That's it. I'm done, Mayor.
All right, I just want to stop right now and do a roll call just to make sure that we do have quorum. I only see 4 councillors on screen, so I just want to do a quick roll call. So Peter's going to do the roll call now.
Councillor Bothwell.
Here.
Councillor Dunstall, I believe, is absent. Councillor Frake.
I'm here.
Councillor Cadwell.
Still here.
Councillor Ritchie.
Still here.
Councillor Sharp.
I'm still here.
Councillor
Here I
Vay, I
am.
believe, is absent. Councillor Vardy.
I'm here.
Mayor Jordan.
Yeah, I'm right here at Town Hall. All right, Is there anyone else up next with questions? I don't see any. Antonetta and Walter, thank you very much for this touch point. It was very informative and really appreciate it. And you must have answered almost everyone's questions. All right, so we just need a mover and seconder to receive the planning touch point. Moved by Councillor Cadwell, second by Councillor Bothwell. Moved by Councillor Cadwell, second by Councillor Bothwell. Resolved that the report PA 21-40 planning touch point dated October 4th, 2021 be received. All in favor? That's carried.
Yeah.
All right, we just need a mover and seconder for the first reading of the bylaw. Moved by Councillor Frick, second by Councillor Vardy. Moved by Councillor Frick, second by Councillor Vardy. Resolved that leave be given to introduce bylaw 21-76 and the same be read a first time. All in favor? That's carried.
Yes.
Need a mover and seconder for second and third reading. Moved by Councillor Vardy, seconder, Councillor Cadwell. Moved by Councillor Vardy, second by Councillor Cadwell. Resolved that leave be given to introduce bylaw 21-76 read a first time, be now read a second time and third time and finally passed, and the mayor and town clerk do sign and seal the same and rule councils to the contrary notwithstanding. All in favor? That's carried.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.